So the S&P 500 is paying what she weighs, baby, and I'm loving it. Now, not only did she pay my mortgage this month a couple of days ago, but with yesterday's fall that continued down, like we call it, she paid next month's mortgage as well. So I'm super grateful, super happy because I was able to do that in 2 days. But is it going to continue? I don't know. Let's check it out.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These products.
What's going on, family? Now, before I tell you who I am and what I do, I just want to say, do not come for me for saying pay what she weigh. I know we live in a very PC world and everybody wants to be mad at everything that's said. I'm just using cultural language, right? This is what we use in our culture because I can help it make it pretty much easier to understand or easier to grasp. That's all, right? It's infotainment, baby. Have some fun with me. Let's make some money. Don't be mad. All right. Now, who am I? My name is Tay Sweat, of course, and I want to dive real deep into this real quick too before we go into the stock world. A lot of people are asking me, like, are you still vegan? You used to be the vegan trainer. Yes. So who am I? Let's give you a quick history lesson from way back, right? Who am I? I'm Tay Sweat, right? Yes, I used to be the vegan trainer. Okay. I grew a business as a trainer, personal trainer. I'm still vegan, yes, but I built that business into a really successful business. In addition to a supplement company that I had, I sold the supplement company, made a lot of money on the supplement company that I sold, took that money, paid a lot of teachers and coaches to teach me how to really trade this stock market. I ended up making a lot of money from the stock market, right? So I'm one person that evolves. Because what tends to happen is people want to try to keep you in a box. You're a trainer, you're always a trainer. Don't go do anything else, right? And that's not how life is, right? We evolve. So yes, I'm still vegan. Yes, I still have all the knowledge that I had. I still have all of my certifications. I still have all that great information. But at this point, I'm much more wealthier and I'm helping many more people on a whole nother level because not everybody wants to be vegan, but a lot of people want wealth, right? So I can help with that, right? So that's who I am. And in a past tense, who am I now, of course, and what am I here to do? Of course, I'm a stock, futures, options, crypto. I mean, you name it. I could trade it if it has a chart, all right? And if it ties to the economical land front, I guess you can say, I can trade it pretty much. So that's what I do. I'm really good at what I do. And I'm just here to teach you all what I'm seeing and just kind of give you a little, I don't know, some help in the mornings. Right before the market opens, I can help you see what I see. We can kind of go through some charts to see what potentially may happen on the day. All right. On the day and the week. Now that I think about it, week, month, because I like to help you see the macro. Okay. So let's get into it. Now, what I want to do before we actually dive into charts is I want to say this. Number one, stick around for the end because I do have a treat coming. I'm bringing one of my big dogs from the tech industry, and he's going to be teaching, and I'll kind of break that down towards the end of this video. So you might want to stick around and watch the end of this video. All right. So let's get into the charts, and then we're going to get into what I'm seeing here and why you might want to be a little cautious on some of these charts. All right. So let's dive in. What do we have here? All right, family. So, of course, what we have here is a continued down movement, right? And one of the beauty, like it's probably the most beautiful thing that I do is I get to put this stuff on YouTube. I get to put this stuff on the social media and internet, and you get to go back and see what was he talking about? Was he right? Was he wrong? You know, yada, yada. Because a lot of people thought that this technical stuff doesn't work and whatever else, right? What we saw a big move up, big pullback, nice move. And in here, I kept calling. I kept saying, hey, this area needs to fall. And we chopped for a while. I said, but this area needs to fall. And what do we get? Boom. We got this fall. Now, right now, what's happening is we got fall, up, fall, up. I think we have a little bit more to go, just a little bit. All right. And there's a little bit more to go. We're going to bump our head here. Maybe somewhere up here. We got some EMAs starting to congregate in these areas. And then I think once we hit here, we should be able to rally. Now, one of the things that we need to keep in mind short term is, like I said, our EMAs. Once again, we're bumping against our EMAs here on a 4-hour chart. But we are also starting to bump our head on a really strong area here. Okay, and I'm gonna take away this box just so you can see. There we go. All right, so we're starting to bump our heads, or people can say bump their butts right here, but we're starting to bump into the 50 EMA, which is a strong support. I don't know if that's something that we're going to hold. Now, what I like to see, or what I like to actually show before we go into it, is this. All right, this here is still bullish, right? So this could be a nice bump here, and this thing can rip. Where can it rip? I would say I have a zone right in this area here, right? It can rip somewhere in this zone. So we can see a bounce from here to anywhere in here. And this is why it's very important, because I know a lot of people, they want particulars. I always say this, where is it going? To the dollar amount. And that's why a lot of people fail, because they go in and out in holes. If I got 10, let's just say if I got enough money for 10 shares, I'm gonna buy 10 shares, I'm gonna sell 10 shares. It's like, no, you have to scale in, you have to scale out. What does that mean? Maybe you buy 3 shares right here, and then it falls some more. You buy 3 shares somewhere down here. And then when it comes up, let's say you have 6 shares, it comes here. Maybe you sell 3 shares here. Maybe you get out, 2 shares here, and you hold, 1 share until it gets up here. This is how the game is played. I notice a lot of people play it totally different. It's totally fine, but you just got to be careful with that, because you probably leave a lot of money on the table, and you're noticing that. This is one way to fix it. This is one way I teach my STB students how to kind of fix leaving so much money on the table. Okay. So we're going to erase that, and we're going to look, like I said, I like this formation. I'm just kind of worried about this. So I'm kind of paying attention, right? I'm not jumping in too quick on anything. I'm just kind of looking. I'm trying to assess the situation. I'm looking. I don't know. We'll see. Now, the reason why I say it is because I don't want to short into this. I'm not shorting into that. That's just me. So I'm not shorting into this right now. And I'm more on the long side of, as far as my bias, I'm more on the long side of bias. Why is that? Well, when it comes to trading, this is what I have to show. And this, most of your traders don't teach this. Okay, so y'all listen up really close. When you talk about your environment, what is your overall environment? What is the stock market's environment right now? Okay. And one of the things we look for as far as environment is we like to see what past performance of things have done. What does past bull markets look like? What do past bear markets look like? And what have they done? Right. And what you start to realize is that there are plenty of things that will tell you what's going on. So what I want to do is take away this. We're going to get into it. Right. Remember, I told you we had a triple prong moon cycle. Right. And that gave us this move. And I told you right at that full moon, I told you we were going to fall, and we did, right? We did, because that set my environment, right? For my next level folks in the, like VIP STB, like y'all know what I'm talking about, but we have a triple prong moon cycle. And I told you we were going to fall at the full moon, and we did, right? And we did. Now, do we continue to short? That's a big question. Do we continue to short? Now, for me, let me stop this because I want to show you something else. Now, for me, I don't know if I want to continue to short, and that's a big reason for that. Number one, because I have to look at our environment. I'm going to keep saying that. What is the environment saying, right? When it's getting ready to rain outside, you don't go outside without an umbrella, do you? Or a raincoat, something. I don't know what people use nowadays. Or if it's warm outside and there's no rain coming, you don't bring you don't bring your umbrella out there then, do you? So you need to know the environment. What's going on, right? You don't wear shorts outside when it's snow on the ground, right? Most people don't, right? So once again, it's about knowing that environment so you can prepare, right? So that being said, I have another thing that I want to share with you, and it kind of helps to just understand what's going on with the environment, right? And that is the solar activity that we have now. Right now, we are currently going through a solar, approaching a solar maximum, okay, or maximum is what some people will say. Now, for me, I personally don't like to short in solar maximums only because we notice that this is bullish, right? This is long-term bullish or immediate term bullish. So for me, I'm not shorting in here. Why? Because the solar cycle, this is what we call a solar cycle, right? I'll let y'all go back and do any back testing, but you know, my STB folks, y'all know what's up. We talk about this stuff, right? But yes, here, of course, we knew we were going to fall in here, right? In this area. So falling in 2020, falling in 2022, we knew that that was going to happen. Why? Because we knew about the solar maximum. All right. Now, for me, as we get up this ladder, I am not shorting, or I'm very light. We'll say that, right? So that's one thing. Number two, that I want to share with you all is another thing. Once again, you won't hear traders talk about this stuff, right? That's why I get so mad when people are like, why are you so expensive, Tay? Why do you? And I say, listen, I'm a different breed. I'm a different breed, right? I am a different breed. What I teach, people not teaching this stuff, right? Let's get into it. Anyway, we are now also sitting at 0 spotless days, okay? That is another bullish sign. I'm not touching this. Let me say this. We were short and I went short, right? But I'm very cautious with how long I hold my shorts. I need to tie all of this stuff back into my technical analysis. I need to make sure that what I'm seeing, I'm not going too crazy, not getting too greedy, not going too wild with some of these things, knowing that I am fighting against a bullish environment, right? So with that being said, with these spotless days, you might want to be careful shorting the market, right? Does that mean we can't fall? No, we can fall. We can fall. But when you see these spotless days, the fall won't be hard, right? Or if it is hard, it won't last long. It will bounce, right? Now, that's just what history shows. Once again, these indicators and everything that I teach, I like to teach 80% plus indicators. So if it's not 80% plus, I'm not teaching, right? So the stuff I teach, yes, it's still probabilistic, which means, hey, what are the probabilities? Usually it's going to be about 80% plus, which means there's still 20% chance that things can go against what we see. But that's what takes this from gambling to ultimately like higher chance, right? This is higher probability stuff, okay? So once again, this is what I'm seeing. So I'm not super, super bullish right now until I get more signs on the technical side. But my solar maximum and my spotless days and my moon cycle, it's all telling me something. So I'm kind of sitting back on that, all right? And just kind of, being patient, just being patient. So let's continue to break down these charts. So as we get back into it, some of the things I'm looking for when we talk about, and I'm just showing you the futures right now, it's S&P 500 futures. As we get into this thing, what I'd like to see is a continued move, okay? See, this is kind of getting out of, let me go to, actually, let's stay here because I want to stay on immediate. Boom. Right, let's see here and here. Right, look at that. Look at that. These are your trend lines. A lot of people, I've had people say, trend lines don't work. I go, oh, BS. BS, right? This thing has been held, right? This thing has been held. Now, what we need to do is we need to get above this range as we see. It is a range that knocks the head off. Every time you get in this range, you get up here, knock your head off. Get up here, knock your head off. But what's starting to happen is we are consolidating into this range between right in here as low as somewhere in here. Now, we need to see a breakout. If we break out above here, this thing may move. When I say it may move, I'm talking it'll move. It'll move. The S&P 500 will probably move up to 4,500, maybe even higher, right? Maybe even higher. So that's something that I'm definitely looking at. If we break this, okay, because you see we broke here, this line was broken right here, but we didn't hold. But if we break this line, oh baby, if we break that line, right? We break that line and then we start getting below this point. Yeah, it's gonna get vicious. We would have at that point three key areas that we would need to take out um, before I'd be worried, right? So yes, could we fall back to 36.53? Yes, yes, we could, right? But I would expect, as long as we can hold, right, the bottom, as long as we can hold, I would expect a bounce, right? 1, 2, and 3. These are my bounce points, right? We break this bounce point, we may run back to this one. If we break this bounce point, we may run back to this one, right? You don't want to see what's on the other side of that. But what I will say is, we got a long time. We got a long time to even think about that. Based on my environment and some of the other things I teach in STB, the VIP STB program, some of the other things that I'm seeing is I don't think we're going to fall that low near term, right? I am calling for a few more days or maybe even another week or so of, falling, right? Because we're getting stuck in an area here. But I think we should bounce off of one of these two lines, right? One of these two lines I think should hold us, right? Other than that, if we can hold these lines, I would then look for, bring my path in here. So if we take this, because it'll probably do something like this, boom, because it'll probably go and test this. So if it breaks, it'll come back, test this line right here, right? I think we will then come down to test this low, potentially, right? If we cannot take off from that low, I think we're going to come back here and then potentially come to test this area back here. Now, if we come back here and hit here, I don't think it's going any lower than that. And then I would expect a move out of there, right? Excuse me, move out of there. And that's when I think, once again, we'd go for 4,300 and maybe even, come back to test this area, get above 43, hold that, and then even go to like 44, 4,500, right? So this is my path. That could happen, right? If we break this line, this is my path. That could happen. Break the line, bounce, fall, and then from there we take off and maybe even, I don't know if we'd end the year up here, but this is something that I could potentially, or I see potentially that could happen. Excuse me. And then there's another path that I see happening where we bounce off this line, because this is a very prominent line. As you see, this line has been held since October 2022. So this line, I don't know if it's going to break, because even when it did broke, it got right back in it. Right now, we did get confirmation candles here. So when it broke, it went down, down. Those are 2 confirmation candles. My STB folks, y'all know what I'm talking about. If not, you need to go back in that course and study. We had confirmation candles here. So I'm a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried that once we start testing this area, I don't know, we might be able to break down. We might be able to break down, because these confirmation candles tells me everything I need to know, that we might have some confirmation to the downside, right? But the other path that I could see happening is, if we don't hold, if we don't come down here and we hold this line, this white line that we've been looking at, which we're holding it now, what'll happen is, I think we'll blast from here, get above, boom, boom, holding this area, and then we're out of there. All right, we're out of there. But I still see we got to come down here to this area. So one way or another, we are going to 36.43. You heard it here first, folks. So if, I don't care who you are, where you are, what you're doing, I just showed you 2 paths on the S&P 500, or the ES, which is the futures for the S&P 500. You can run tell your mama, run tell your family, your friends, whatever it is. I just told you the 2 paths. Either way, we got to go back to 36.43, and then we jump from there. So if you if you are going to be playing this in any capacity, please, and let me just stop sharing this. Please understand what it is you're doing. please have some type of strategy plan in place. I do these to help people out and just kind of show what it is we do, what it is I know. I'm here kind of like flexing my muscles and showcasing my skills, because a lot of people just thought I was just some crazy guy who went from personal training to, stock market stuff, right? And that's not true. I'm someone who likes to learn, study, and actually level myself up, right? I'm a Renaissance man. But no, seriously, this is something that I've taken and I've been applying to my life, my structure for almost 10 years now, a little bit over. I didn't start actively trading until I was comfortable, but this is something I've been doing for a while, right? Even when I was a personal trainer, I took that money and I invested it. And then I had great results, and I just wanted to come here and share them. So with that being said, hope this makes sense. Hope you're having fun. The update that I wanted to share with you all is I'm bringing my crew with me. Okay. What does that mean? Let me show you. I want to introduce my guy. Shout out to my guy. And I love my students because they're so great. And I have students of all walks of life pretty much, right? And this one guy that I'm going to be introducing to you all, he teaches his first class this Saturday inside of the STB community Discord, right? I'm super excited because this is one of my big dogs from Google. Shout out to my guy. He's going to be teaching this Saturday, right? Y'all know, for most of you, you should know this. I like to bring in my, 6, 7, 8-figure students, those of them that actually want to teach. Because a lot of people, and I say this all the time, a lot of people, they come in the STB, VIP program, they learn, they make a bunch of money. The ones who study, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You got to study. Not everybody wants to study, so not everybody makes money, right? But the ones who make money, majority of them, they make a bunch of money and they're like, I don't know if I want to teach. I'm gonna just enjoy my money. I'm gonna trade for a living, and I'm gonna stay out the way. I'm one of the crazy ones that's like, no, I'm gonna teach this stuff. Right? So this is one of my guys who actually stuck around, and I thank you, Hunter. He stuck around and he wants to coach. He wants to show how he does his 6-figure thing, right? So he's going to be coaching inside of the STB community. This Saturday is his first class, and pretty much every Saturday after that, he's going to be teaching. That way, we can kind of get people going who actually want to learn this stuff, not just say, hey, tell me what to buy. I want people who want to actually learn this stuff. So my STB community, the Discord, he's going to be teaching in there. I told you all I would build that Discord and have my 6- and 7-figure clients or students teaching inside of that Discord, giving alerts. Shout out to Brian, shout out to Eon. We got some bangers in there. And now Hunter, he's going to be teaching his first class Saturday, right? So big dog Google, I'm glad to have you on board. Glad to have you, trading profitably and teaching others to do the same, right? You can bring some of your sauce from the tech world, all right? So other than that, those of you who are in STB VIP or STB Discord community, be looking out Saturday. He goes live at 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you all make sure you tap in. I want you all to learn this stuff. I want you to know this stuff so that you can empower yourself, empower your family, and do whatever it is you want to do in life instead of just living by somebody else's rules, right? So that being said, this was another great STB market watch. I'm about to get on out of here so I can start my trading day, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, let's have some fun. Let's make some money and end the week in a bang. All right, I'm out. So with that being said, family, if you are looking to become a little bit more serious with your trading, you want a little help, or you just want a community of people, like-minded people at that, who are going through some of the same things you're going through. You want a little direction. You want to take advantage of the AI that we have, because we get insider trades, market news. We get to see when the big dogs, people with 100 million, 200 million, $1 billion are buying things. Not only that, we can go in here and put in commands, right? So I'll re-enter this command. So I can put in a command and see what the AI actually thinks about what's going on with the market, right? And it'll tell me, hey, our predictions based on what the AI is seeing with the overall market, We think the market is about to fall. You see it's red. So this just gives us another edge as traders, investors, because we do swing trades, we do day trades, and these alerts have been fire. As you see, we got plenty of profits, right? So everybody should have access to the profits section. We have plenty of profits, but not only that, we have other things where we can go into and pretty much share what we're going through. So we have the mindset section. We have people who are showing the workouts. I put in the nutrition plans, right? For those of y'all who've been wondering, Tay, how did you lose all the weight, right? I've added my nutritional plan here, but I've added the workouts here. I've added the nutrition part here, right? I've added so many things, and then we have the come up series where people are saying, look, this is my come up story. This is what I've been able to do. This thing is literally packed with people who are just like-minded individuals who know what's going on. And ultimately, we get to the bag because it's more than just trading charts and looking at certain balance sheets for companies. It's an overall thing. So we do the mindset, we do the workouts, we do the nutrition, we talk about the family issues, right? See, I mean, we have it all. I've thought of it for the most part. I think for me personally, I've thought of it all. So we have it all. We come in here and we stay in here. This is what it is. And we trade out of this place. So once again, it's only $50 a month. It's super reasonable. And I'm not gonna lie, I may take it up pretty soon. But for now, it's $50 a month. I definitely suggest, take advantage of it if you want to be better or do better or just want that community and access to the tools that we have. I've put it all here, family. So I definitely hope to see you on the inside soon. And other than that, I'll see you on the next newsletter video.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These